I was like, what am I looking at? Oh, got it.
Hello. Welcome back to Left Side, Strong Side. I'm your host, Chance Ellison. That's fine. We're here to talk the playoffs. Yeah, it's wild card weekends. Some teams, board in the L train, getting off elimination station. Other teams moving on. You already know where I'm at right now. We'll get to that later. We actually do a fair bit to talk about with not just these games, but with other things happening in the NFL. I'm not sure how much actual news you have to cover in our banners, Jacob.
There's one big one.
I got a couple of big ones.
Okay. So let's get it. Should we get into those first, or are we going to
let's start with those. All right. So there's the two big ones. There's the two big coaching changes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the negative one, or the technically negative one first. The Cowboys did it. They have technically fired Mike.
Technically, yes. I mean, this is more like they decided not to extend him.
Whoops, we didn't renew you.
Yeah.
We lost the paperwork. Oh, well, I guess you got to find another job.
Look. Yeah. I think this whole thing's just been handled atrociously.
Yeah.
And I think that just sums up the Jerry Jones experience with the Dallas Cowboys. It's just, it's been handled atrociously, but guess what? The Cowboys are in the news, so who cares? There was this whole thing made zero sense whatsoever in terms, and I'm not meaning, look, the Cowboys, in all honesty, probably have made the right decision moving on from Mike McCarthy.
Oh, they absolutely did.
I think it's the right decision. It is the right decision. However,
in a vacuum, yes.
Yes. However, like everything Jerry Jones has done for the last 3 years, somehow there was a right and a wrong option, and they went with the third one that was somehow the worst of all of them.
You end up with the right thing, but you do it the wrong way.
Again, we talked about it last week. I don't know. If you're not planning on keeping this guy anyway, why did you not let him go and do other interviews with other teams?
Well, but not only that. So, them not letting him go and interview with the Bears last week. That's just petty and a dick move now.
Right,
that's just, all right, fine, whatever.
Okay, fine. I can't do it this week. Jerry says no. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. But the flip side of that, it actually hurts the Cowboys because guess who they couldn't interview? They couldn't interview Aaron Glenn. They couldn't interview Steve Spagnuolo. They couldn't interview Ben Johnson for that role because they still had a coach the weeks that they were available to be interviewed. Now you got to wait until they're eliminated from the playoffs, and
other teams already have a chance.
Right now, that could be in February, and if you want to interview Aaron Glenn, or you want to interview Ben Johnson, and they make it to the Super Bowl, and someone else goes and grabs Kellen Moore, someone else goes and grabs Joe Brady, someone else goes and grabs these other coaches that the Cowboys could potentially want. Guess what? You messed up because it's just asinine general management, and I get why, because Jerry Jones is just an old, senile old man. But
apparently he's very good in Landman. I haven't seen the show. But apparently he's very good
acting now.
Yeah, and I don't even like this team. I just Jesus Christ.
So they want Jason Witten on the coaching staff.
That was the weird one when I heard about Jason Witten. I'm just like,
here's my thing. I don't believe anything Jerry Jones says anymore. I just straight up don't. This report coming out today that Dion wants the job, that Jerry wants Dion. It's a done deal, and now it's a done deal. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, what are we talking? Okay, I'll believe it when I see it. It's not happening. I'm telling you right now, it's not Dion. It's Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore will be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys next year.
Makes you wonder why the hell they leave in the first place.
Yeah.
It's coming. Kellen
Moore does make. I mean, it is weird to go back to a team that didn't even want you as an OC as the head coach.
I just don't know. To be brutally honest, I don't think there's another opportunity for Kellen Moore. If Kellen Moore wants to be a head coach, this is it. I don't think there's another job out there.
I mean, at that point, I just choose not to be a head coach.
Yeah.
If the options are work under Jerry Jones or not be a head coach, I'm choosing not be a head coach.
Yeah. I just don't know if there is anywhere that will eventually hire Kellen Moore.
I mean, a lot of places interviewing. Like Aaron Glenn's gotten a lot of interviews.
As he should.
I think Aaron Glenn's the Jets' next head coach. Which, oh God, I'm so sorry.
I could see the Saints as well.
I feel so bad for Aaron Glenn if that is the case. The Saints is the other one. I would feel better for him at the Saints than the Jets. But he's a hometown kid for the Jets, so it's him coming home.
Yeah.
It's wild to me how big the perception of Aaron Glenn has shifted because people like he was seen as a vile DC a few years ago. All it takes a few key players, and he turned that defense around. And even with the loss of those key players, that defense is still killing it.
I am fascinated by what is going to happen. We'll talk about it more in the games this week, but I'm wondering if Aaron Glenn's stock might go down this week a little bit.
Even if they win,
because that defense got a massive boost last weekend after what happened against the Vikings. Was that more a Sam Darnold thing, or was that the
We'll talk about Sam Darnold.
That's what I'm getting. No, but that's my point. Suddenly, Jaden Daniels is coming in, and if he lights that defense up again, or not again, but if
for the first time again,
he didn't exactly light up the Bucs defense. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
so
we'll see. But yeah, my God, just moronic, absolute moronic.
What's the other piece of news?
And the other one coming home, prodigal son returns. Mike Vrabel is a Patriot again.
Makes you wonder why they didn't do. I mean, we know why they didn't do this in the first place, but makes you wonder why they didn't in the first place.
They didn't do this in the first. This was a loyalty play in the first place because, hey, I'd promised him a gig in 2019. And he went through on his promise. I don't hate this. I hate how it was handled. I really do hate how it was handled. But I also am one of those people who I think you had to get rid of Mayo as the head coach. I think you did. I didn't think he was a good head coach. I think it was very overwhelming for him, and you could very clearly see it week in and week out. I think I didn't think that there was. I don't think an off-season and a slightly better O-line was going to fix the mental mistakes and a lot of the what are you doing at the press conference, and the actual job of being a head coach seemed too big for Mayo. So Vrabel, on the other hand, he's an very, very experienced head coach. He's a very good head coach. Obviously,
also knows how to do a lot with very little.
Yep. Yeah. And look, I know. Look, okay. So the big thing is he doesn't have now. Obviously, he doesn't have Derrick Henry,
right?
But
he's got a quarterback.
But he's got a quarterback. He didn't have one last time. Now he has a quarterback. So we'll see what he does. I also like. And again, I don't like it because it's the Patriots, and I fuck the Patriots. But
I don't like competence
for the actual Patriots, and what shits me the most is he's not a Belichick disciple. Vrabel was never a Belichick disciple. He didn't bring Belichick's own guys. He was his own. He was his own coach. He's the. We all said the Belichick. Oh, Vrabel's the one from the Belichick coaching tree. He's not. He just played under him. He never learnt coaching under Belichick. Mm-hmm. So that's as in, he didn't go up through Belichick's system. He was never a DC for Belichick. Mm-hmm. So that's the interesting part is it is bringing at least a little bit of new blood and a new idea into the Patriots organization. again, yeah, it's probably it was the right. I think again, it's a good hire. I hate it. I really hate it. It's a good hire for the organization.
Well, again, we saw as soon as they fired Mayo, we saw this coming. We're just
it was and
It made
just
sense.
a joke, making a complete not a joke of the Rooney Rule, like complete joke of the Rooney Rule. Like that was quite apparent and disgusting. But
what Boston didn't follow the Rooney Rule?
No, I know.
People abusing the Rooney Rule in general. What?
Yeah. So again, congratulations, Vrabel. I wish you nothing but pain.
Goddamn.
Ouch.
I mean, I get it, but goddamn.
Yeah. I wish you pain.
All right. I think we're so. Is that it? We're going to the actual games now.
We got one more
Okay.
that I just find funny, and I just want to make this as
Is it Deshaun Watson?
yeah.
It's not that he sucks. Just like the universe is now
How?
catching up to him.
Now it's clear the universe hates you.
Yeah. Watson somehow tore his ACL again.
Is it
Oh,
Achilles?
sorry, Achilles. Tore his Achilles again.
I don't know how. There was apparently some video, and he was
Oh,
doing
God.
something he shouldn't have.
Getting
Well, there's a
massaged.
lot of things you shouldn't be doing. but-
No, I know, as in he was out with he was
Right.
like he was on out on a motorboat or something. Like he was out.
Oh
doing,
no.
And that's what
doing
Cleveland's going
some
to try and use
activity
that to be like,
He shouldn't have
Yeah,
been
we
doing.
can try and void some of the
And
contract.
that's what. Yep,
Yeah.
there is that.
Cleveland
That's
was jumping for joy when they heard that.
It's-
the element of all of this that is interesting. Conspiratorially, I don't know if it actually happened. Like if I want to
He
be
was allegedly motorboating. I'm sorry.
no,
on a
no,
motorboat.
I'm meaning like straight up. If you want to be a the conspiracy theorist in me is
They tore each other AC. They tore each other Achilles.
the Browns told him you're not playing next year. We're announcing that you retore it because they want the insurance
Wow.
money. Like because it's the only way that they get some of the money back on that contract. If you want to be a conspiracy theory and go down that route, it's like again
Yeah.
because this has worked out great for the Browns. Absolutely. Like
Yes.
it's the one time in history that,
Deshaun Watson benefited them.
An injury is helping.
yeah,
them.
and hey, my injury has actually helped the organization because they now get $40-something million back in insurance and in salary cap relief. It's not the entire contract, obviously, but it's it's for this season, which was like a $70 million cap hit. It's now only a $40-something million cap hit. So it's you get a little bit of relief back. Again, still just so funny.
But yeah, so that puts Watson back at bare minimum, what, 26?
2026,
Yeah,
which
he's not playing
means
next year.
I mean, at that point, it's like it's just time to call it a career.
I think I don't. I think he has played his last down as a Cleveland Brown and his last down as an NFL starting quarterback.
Starting, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Garrett.
Someone give him back up,
Someone will give him a backup job, maybe. Unless
Unless it's
Unless
Unless
Joe
the
Flacco's
back-
available.
unless there's
no,
another
I'm just
lawsuit.
unless the baggage is just too much. Like if the baggage of the press hit we're going to take, the publicity, like, is it worth a $1 million backup? I don't know.
Even that might not be worth it.
It might not be. And, and at that point, someone who will be coming off 2 torn Achilles, at least 18 months out of the game at a minimum, if not 2 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, what are you hoping for even if he has to start?
yeah, what are you hoping for? Like,
Imagine
I'd
that's back to form.
rather Carson Wentz, to be brutally honest. And we saw
Oh,
how bad
geez.
he was in the Chiefs Broncos game. So yeah, like that's where I would be right now. Like I think it's just I don't think he plays in the NFL ever again.
Oh, better start learning Canadian, buddy.
All right, let's move on. So our first game, she's not here.
She's not here.
She's not here.
You're lucky she's not here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been banned.
yeah.
I have been
Oh.
banned from watching sports shows while she's home this week. I cannot put any of them on.
we need at least a month. to
whatsoever.
just process.
She was
I
like,
think for good reason, because like Chargers, You came into the season, had 11 wins, dominant defense.
You thought we'd
Justin
turn it
Herbert
around.
playing really well. And this is what you do against a dead Texans team.
Yep. It was bad. This was bad.
Like, this might be the worst performance of Justin Herbert's career.
Oh, 100%.
Considering the stakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
like, the 27-0 blown lead was better
That's
than
all-
this.
no,
They're both not-
because
they're
okay,
both not good. They're both in the playoffs.
I don't put that game on Herbert. I put that game
Staley.
squarely on
On
Staley.
Brandon Staley, yes.
That one.
This
Staley.
one's more on Herbert.
Yeah, you have 27. You at halftime put 27 points on the board. You're allowed to put the Q in the rack. You 100. You are allowed and go defense. Defend 27 points. You're allowed to do that at halftime when it's at 27-0.
Right.
This game, yeah.
The Texans weren't doing anything. Like,
This is
until
easily
after
the worst
halftime.
game of Justin.
You
This
could
is
have pulled away.
easily
Yeah.
the worst game of Justin Herbert's career.
And
He looked
before this,
atrocious.
before this, like, before this game, if you said Justin Herbert was a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, no one's saying like, you're crazy or bullshit or fuck that.
It wasn't
debatable.
ridiculous.
It was
It's not-
debatable. You could argue it. You could have. It was the maybe I could maybe say like right now and look right now you can't have that discussion. It's
kind of where Lamar is. Like, you have to win. You have to show us you can win in the playoffs.
Yep. Where like
Rank you
right
higher.
now you need to look. I'm gonna take this a real and actually before we get to the Chargers, because I do want to actually do a deep dive into the Chargers and their season straight after this game, and we can grade their season and do all of that. I want to just talk about the Texans first. They were atrocious in the first quarter of this game. They were done. They were atrocious. It should
They
have been
fumbled on the very first play.
it should have been 17-0. It should have been. It should look.
But their defense is not.
And and look,
So they kept them-
the non-called safety changed this game. And I'm not saying that like Chargers lost this game because the refs didn't call a safety. That's not what I'm trying to say.
No.
But I'm saying that not being called a safety then gave the Texans the ability to have the play that I think just snapped CJ out of it. Whatever funk he was in, however he had been playing,
Was it the fumbled snap and then
fumbled
snap,
snap, regather, and going for 40-something yards
That was good.
is so far to me the best play of the playoffs so far.
Sure.
It was incredible. I just watching that being like,
Oh shoot, and then wow.
yeah, like, and that was and from then on in, you could see it. CJ was in, and it's potentially scary. Now, the other thing, that pass rush, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Against a pretty solid line, too.
Yeah, it turned up. It really turned up. It hasn't been there for the last 6 to 7
A lot of
weeks.
bad scheming, though. A lot of those sacks were like guys just like unblocked. I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
And they like, so that's a big component of this is that defense for the last 2 weeks has been incredibly good. Like, I know last week wasn't really an important game, but because they were playing backups for the most part, but they played well. This game, that defense was legitimately great, and they played fantastic.
If they want to pull the upset next week, they're gonna.
And that's
this team right now they're playing like a team we thought Houston would be at the beginning of the year.
Sure.
Yeah, and look, even at I'm not willing to go that far. I think in the second half they were. The
Second half, yes, they didn't play a complete
They were
game. That
kinda-
second half was arguably the best game the Texans have played all year.
Yeah, no, that is fair. But all right, so Texans, congratulations, you absolutely earned this win.
Yes.
Well done.
Nico Wright has probably graduated to he could survive one bad year now.
Oh, I think
he's won two years, 2 playoff wins.
Yeah. Hey, CJ Stroud just became the first Texan to ever do that. Win more than one playoff game. No other Texan quarterback has ever done it. He's the first one to ever do it.
It's sad and also impressive.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens next week. That's a big game for the Texans. It's going to be a really big, important one. But let's just talk about the Chargers real quick.
See, the thing that
Where do we
really
start?
cost him in this game, and like the other thing they skated by a lot of the season. That's where it really came back to bite him in the ass. Weapons.
Yeah.
Lack of weapons.
It's
So
McConkey and then
That's it.
yeah, so here's my. This is kind of my takeaway from this season. One, we all kind of said, even at the start of the year, this was a rebuild year. Now, I overestimate, it was one of the things that I was correct on, which is that, no, I thought they were going to be better. I thought their record was going to be better than they actually are because of Jim Harbaugh. Like, they made the play. Like, this isn't an 11-5 team. Realistically, this Chargers team was not an 11-5 team with the weapons that they have, with the play that they got.
closer to what,
They're-
9-7 maybe.
So yeah, they're a 9-7. They probably should have just missed the playoffs, but we're all kind of going, oh, they're rebuilding, because that's what they were. They were a rebuilding team.
Mhm.
They absolutely need another weapon. They need to be in the T. Higgins market. They need to be in I mean, I wouldn't, me personally, but it's the Chargers move, and I could see them being in the Tyreek Hill trade. Like I could see that happening where they're like, oh, we want to get that. They are the Deebo Samuel trade. Like they need to be in one of those. Go get someone with experience, because I love Ladd. I think he's a great wide receiver.
He's a good lad.
He is short as fuck. Like,
Yeah,
and when Herbert is
Overthrew him.
6'6"
Yeah, he
and
overthrew him.
overthrows him because he's so short, it does.
He's so used to throwing to Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. He's like, oh wait, I forgot McConkey's
Yeah, so that is the thing. I think you need to go get a genuine weapon for Herbert, so Ladd can develop into his next genuine weapon. The Johnson pick, again, they're trying to make it work, but it hasn't.
He got better. He caught
He is definitely better.
he caught like half the balls he got thrown to him.
Yeah,
So
instead of like 30%.
30%. So it's going up.
My big takeaway from this game at the end of this season was everyone who was selling their Justin Herbert stock, I'll buy it. I am not writing off Justin Herbert
No.
yet.
And you know what, Chargers fans, if you don't want him, Pittsburgh, we will take him off your hands.
That's my point.
Right,
Like,
exactly. Why
I'm
would you give
not
him
writing
up?
off
You're not gonna
Justin
get
Herbert. I am not thinking he is some bottomed out quarterback the way that a lot of people have been this week and just absolutely shitting on him. He is still an extremely talented quarterback who we have seen in spots. The moment does get big. And hopefully Harbaugh is able to fix a lot of that next season. He'll have more weapons. He'll have more time. He'll have more development. I'm not willing to quite give up yet. I think next year is a big, important game so next season is a big, important season for the future of Herbert and the Chargers. Though next season is, all right, Herbert, you have to actually be challenging the Chiefs. You can't just be like you have to be challenging the Chiefs for this division, and you have to at least win one of those games. You can't be one of these, oh, the Chiefs are just going to win the division no matter what. You can't be the Dolphins or the Jets or the Bills during the Patriots dynasty. You have to be
A team that can challenge him.
Right up
you
there.
have to be a legitimate challenger to them. Otherwise, you can't be the Chargers of old, essentially. You can't turn into Phillip Rivers. Otherwise, that's what exactly is going to happen.
Yeah, you know is exactly what's happening to Justin Herbert right now.
That's-
You've got to be like, and I'm not meaning this as a comparison. You've got to be Big Ben. You can't be Phillip Rivers. You've got to be Big Ben in the AFC to Mahomes' Brady. As in, or Manning even. Like, although I don't think you're going to be Manning. I think you're going to be more like Big Ben while Allen's Manning. So,
But yeah, again, Chargers is just like you had a solid season, but it's just like that ending is gonna sour
it's
a
gonna stink.
lot of what we thought about you for the regular season.
my grade's a C+.
I'll go
I
B
think-
minus. I go B minus because
I'll give me B minus.
No, that's fair. All right. Do you want
We'll,
to?
they will have to work on their extra point.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Ripping this band-aid off now.
Yeah.
What's the next game?
Okay. Oh, where do I start? Where do I begin? Once we got relegated to Prime, I knew it was bad news. Because like this used to be, and at times still is, a physical, hard-nosed matchup. And what shocked me the most about this game is the fact that it looked like the Steelers didn't get up to play, especially on the defensive. The defensive side, they looked like the Steelers got hit in the mouth, and hit his mouth, get back up. They didn't get back up. They just lied there and took it.
Felt like that.
For a good time. The first half, god awful. Third quarter got better. I was like, okay, they're fighting. That's fine. Okay, maybe we can do this. Then Derrick Henry breaks off a 40-yard run, and I'm just like, fuck. Yeah, it's over. Yeah. It's just. And look, I'll talk more about the state of the Steelers right now, and the future of what's going to happen. I'm gonna say something about this dude that I've been a very, very vocal defender of. I'm gonna cite his words to him. One of Mike Tomlin's big quotes is, "The standard is the standard." Mm-hmm. The question is now, what is the standard in Pittsburgh?
That's the concern.
Is it just a winning record, or is it should be higher than?
Because if you had a bunch of if there was a fraternity for championship organizations, the Steelers aren't just in that fraternity; they're the chair of that fraternity. Mm-hmm. They're an organization that teams should aspire to be like historic, multiple championships, tied for the most championships in the league. And we just have not lived up that pedigree in some time. We haven't won a playoff game in over 8 years. But TJ Watt, who's one of the best defensive players ever, at least in this era, but dude's a stud, and he hasn't won a single playoff game with this team. And there are so many great players we have that just have yet to win a playoff game, and that's just a big, big frustration as a Steelers fan, because it seems like it's the same thing every single year.
Okay. So your question is what is the standard is, I think, the most pressing. What is the standard right now for the Steelers? Is it winning championships, or is it
just being good enough?
Is it the 9-8 seasons,
right,
or the 10-7, which it was this year? Is that the standard where I just want to be good enough? Because the problem you've got is, I think now we're 5 years removed. Well, 4. No, I'm going to be nice. We're 6 years removed from the last genuinely good Big Ben season. Would you agree with that? I know the 11-0 season counts technically, but I'm
but
not.
Then they fell apart at the end of that one.
Yeah, that was always a fraudulent 11-0. We all knew it. Everyone knew it. It was. So I'm not gonna count
the year before that.
Okay. So 6 years replacing.
The year before that was the injury.
He was injured. So the year before that. So yes.
So the year before that. I think what we've proven is Mike Tomlin can get you a winning record, can get you to the playoffs.
No matter the quarterback,
No matter the quarterback. He can't take you over the hump without a quarterback. He needs a quarterback. And the problem you've got with a coach
we are never within striking distance
to get a quarterback.
Here is the problem, and you're not going to like this. The original sin, the one that Tomlin needed to fall on his sword, was the injury season. 2 games in, your Hall of Fame quarterback does his shoulder and he's out for the season. What did Tomlin do? Do you remember?
We just stuck with the backups.
No.
No, you didn't?
Nope.
I forget.
He made a trade. He made a trade to build.
Think of Fitzpatrick.
And that was the original sin.
That's right. That was that year.
For a while, that trade was really good.
Because
I mean, I still think that trade's really good.
No.
First rounder, right?
I don't disagree. Look, getting Minkah Fitzpatrick, great player, absolute fantastic player.
Yeah.
Bottoming out that season and then going to get in the 2020 draft one
Joe
of
Burrow.
those quarterbacks. Maybe not
Potentially
Joe
Joe
Burrow,
Yeah,
but
Like
but,
Justin
I
Herbert.
mean,
Well,
Herbert.
and
Tua,
Even Tua,
Olave.
honestly.
no, the crazy thing, you know who we could have had in that draft? Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah,
Like we picked in the second round, we picked Chase Claypool 4 picks ahead of Jalen Hurts.
yeah.
That stinks.
But that's what I like. But that's kind of my point. Is like the original sin that you made in that year was not bottoming out and not like when your Hall of Fame quarterback got injured, going, no, we're going to still try and
fight it.
Try and win.
try
Keep
and
the
fight
record of Tomlin's winning season.
and use draft capital to do it instead of just fight it out with who you've got. That's
That's fine. Yeah, you
I
should.
believe I understand, but trading a first round draft pick to do that is a mistake, and I think you're paying for it now. And until extremely talented quarterbacks don't grow on trees, and they don't just fall to the 20th pick, and that's where the Steelers are going to be over and over and over again, unless they get an extremely talented OC, which they just haven't done.
Yeah.
I like, you don't have an extremely talented OC, and I don't know when the last time you did was. Like Tomlin just
It's been a dark few years with Arthur.
Yeah,
Smith
I
and
it was Bruce Arians. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Bruce Arians, Todd Haley, Randy Finkner,
Then
the devil, and then Arthur Smith.
but that's what, and then you've got, so without an extremely talented OC who can elevate a
mediocre
mid-round, a Dak type quarterback, you're not ever going to be greater than this. And it's. I think Tomlin is an incredibly talented and a fantastic head coach. And I'm not saying that you need to move on from him or get rid of him. Like he should be the head coach, but someone's got to tap him on the shoulder and go, "Hey,
you might want to hire." You want to.
Well, that's. And I thought we were gonna say this for the end, but it doesn't matter because not going.
We can just do it now, because the Ravens. Congratulations, you're fantastic. Cool.
Good job. Another thing that's shocking about the Steelers, real quick before I get to Mike Tomlin, the fact that the defense just the effort just was not there. Like you see guys jogging, trying to punch out the ball rather than making a tackle. They were not playing physical, and that's concerning. It's like they knew. They knew. They just gave up.
There was one drive the Ravens only ran the ball.
And the concern for that, that feels like a Russell Wilson problem. That feels like our offense can't do anything, so why are we fucking caring? They've already they've already scored 14 points. We're not scoring 14 points. I think that's what that was. It was just the
frustrating thing is the fact when you look at it just from a base level, an objective perspective, were we the most embarrassing team of the weekend? No. It's not even close. The teams that lost, we're second or third best.
Yeah.
It just feels like we were the most embarrassing team because we're the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we shouldn't be like this.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about the future of the Steelers, and it's crazy because, look, if you asked me beginning of the season, should Tomlin go, it would have been a resounding no.
Yeah.
Now it's a bit of a conversation.
Oh, he's having
I'm 60-40. He should stay.
Yeah.
But we got to figure out a lot of stuff. There's a lot. Okay, we got to figure out a lot of stuff. Got to figure out our quarterback situation. Russell Wilson, thank you for your service. I know he wants to come back to this team.
Turns out he was limited.
Turns out, yes. Our offense was not unlimited at all. I would like to see Justin Fields back. I would like to bring him back for a full year as a starter. Just see what we can do there. Maybe get lucky on one of these guys in the later rounds. I mean, look, if you want to try and I don't know if this is the draft to try and trade up to get somebody, but maybe certain people I think need to fuck off from this team, like Dante Jackson, goodbye. Dan Moore Jr., goodbye. You can get the hell off this team. So many people just can. Cam Sutton, bye. I apparently a problem anyways. Bye. Arthur Smith, I'm glad you're getting head coaching jobs. Please, somebody.
Please take one. Take it.
You can have him.
He's really good.
We will,
okay.
we will donate Bears. We will donate Arthur Smith to you. We will pay you to take him if you really want him. TA, honestly, like I'd be fine if we let TA go and like try and poach somebody else, because I don't know why we kept getting burned on the same plays over and over again. We need, like, the Steelers way needs to be massively overhauled, because what we're doing right now ain't got it.
Yeah. Now brings up the awkward elephant in the room, and you're right. I don't think this is the year for it.
Tomlin?
No.
Oh.
The TJ Watt trade that's out there. But that's my point. I agree with you.
Yeah.
This isn't the year for it. If there was a surefire guaranteed, or if it was last year and there were 4 or 5 of them to move up and someone was like, you want the 3rd overall so you can get Drake May, maybe you'd have that
Not
discussion.
this year, yeah.
But this year with Shador and Cam, I don't think that's worth it. And with too many quarterback needy teams, I don't think it's worth it. But I think next year, if Fields isn't it, or Rodgers isn't it.
No.
Don't speak it into existence. Don't do it.
I know we're curling the betting fair for Aaron Rodgers, and I'm saying no.
No. Take Skylar Thompson over.
I don't want Aaron Rodgers. I don't want Kirk Cousins. I don't want Sam Darnold. I don't want him.
If they don't work out, which don't think any of them will, to be brutally honest, then next year's draft, there may be the question again of do we have to move on? Because he's your asset. He's 3 first-round picks right now, guaranteed, and you don't have another asset really that's worth. I mean,
other than draft capital.
That's my point. Like Fitzpatrick, maybe.
Joey Porter Jr.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Joey Porter Jr. Yeah.
Maybe.
But also, like, a corner's a big problem, and he's easily the best one we have. So I'd rather not get rid of him.
Like, so that's a problem. That is something that is going. Again, don't think it's next year's. I don't think it's the question for next year, despite it already starting. I wouldn't be shocked if 12 months from now we're sitting here going, is TJ Watt on the trade block? The
thing about Pittsburgh is, like, Pittsburgh is loyal to a fault. Like, they will hold on to their players for dear life. Like, okay, we'll talk about it, because, like, an idea we have for the offseason is every team's flashpoint moment. Like, a big thing about, like, they hang on to the play for too long, then when they start getting old, they have no backup plans.
Yeah, right.
Like Big Ben, that was a huge problem, because, like, once he started to digress, we had no solution.
Nope.
And and again, you were given the out. Like 2020 might haunt you forever, because you were given or 2019, sorry.
2020 for multiple reasons is going to haunt me forever.
The 2019 season, like, despite us giving us the single greatest visual of all time with Myles Garrett in a helmet, like Mike Tomlin trading away that 1st-round pick.
At the time, we thought, but now in hindsight.
No, I know, but that's what it like.
Well, at the time, we thought, Then we saw him play. We're just like, oh,
yeah, we saw, maybe that was really good.
And then we're just
now
like,
in hindsight,
now in hindsight, maybe, but
probably should have done it.
Again, and that's just kind of where I'm at with them. Is I think the problem with Tomlin is he is too good to bottom out. but he's
But not
also
good
not.
enough.
He's not. But
To-
he's not good enough. His defenses aren't good enough to carry him to a Super Bowl without some level of talent at quarterback, and you just don't have talent at quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, again, I would like to see Justin Fields try and
Yeah.
make
And
come
if-
back
and
Of
as
the
starter.
options, I feel
Look, okay.
should be the best.
My problem is I don't want Fields with Arthur Smith, and that's
Yeah.
the
He
problem.
wasn't doing terribly in the 4 games.
No,
we got.
but
Yeah.
I saw that for 4 games, and it was
6.
okay.
That's fine.
It was
Oh,
okay,
6? Yeah.
but or
was
6. So
passable.
yeah, it was okay, but I don't think it was better than what Wilson's given you. Like
Yeah.
I think it's going to be on par. So I want to take a swing and go out and get someone. I don't know who, but yeah,
Maybe see if one of these guys is willing to part ways with their franchise QB. Maybe try and trade up in the drafts.
You already got Skylar Thompson. You're fine.
yeah.
I don't know there's no easy solution for this team.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, yeah.
tough choices.
Yeah, a lot of tough choices. I know something I know we need for sure is another receiver. I don't know. I don't know if George Pickens is on the team next year. I really don't know if George Pickens is on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's
next
also
year.
that's the question.
I don't know either. And
Like you can tell me that he's gonna get traded or extended, and neither would shock me.
Yeah.
Point is, round 1 of this new upcoming draft, I want a receiver or a corner. I will take if Benjamin Morrison's available, I want him. If Ibuka's available, I want him. Whatever we're in better striking distance to get, I'll take it. And like late round, I'll take a swing on a guy like Ewers or Milrow or Gabriel or one of these dudes. Just like we gotta try something. And I think the urgency is kind of starting to set in for this. Oh God, I hope it is.
Yeah.
Because like last year, like they did a lot of things in the offseason that were very, very, very un-Steeler-like.
yeah.
So
I mean,
I'm hoping
Wilson being your starting quarterback is so un-Steelers like.
not only that, but like spending big money on Patrick Queen, who he disappeared and had back season, but still like gave us some pretty solid football. Getting the money on Patrick Queen was a good move. That like very very un-Steeler like. Trading for Justin Fields, that was
I
a
mean, you
good
got
move.
him for almost nothing. So.
We did.
It wasn't the
Still,
worst.
even making a trade, like
even doing something in the free agency is just like a very, very unskilled move. So I'm hoping that's signaling an overhaul of the Steeler way so we can get out of this, right? Because we're kind of in like this weird no man's land where like we're too good to get like a top tier guy, but we're not good enough to truly go all the way.
Right.
And I'm seeing our fans football chat putting Aaron Rodgers, please. Look, there was let's talk about this real quick. There was
For me and Jacob's sake, it'd be really funny if that happened.
for your sake. There was a time when I would have given anything
to get Aaron Rodgers.
to get Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Like
Not anymore.
in 2020, when like there's the whole conversation like, is Aaron Rodgers leaving? I'm just like, please give me Aaron Rodgers. Now I'm just like, I kind of don't want Aaron Rodgers anymore.
I will say this weekend is the most down bad I've ever seen Chance with the Steelers. He was like, I was throwing out the stuff that I know would trigger. I was throwing out the most trigger, like, oh, this will set him off.
Chance was not engaging.
And like, I was trying so hard, and everything he was just coming back. Yep, you're right. Yep, you're right. And I was like, fuck,
this is not even fun for me anymore.
like, oh shit, Chance is like, Chance might burn a jersey in a minute, guys.
He's just like, you tell me like, should I call somebody? Like, I feel like you shouldn't be alone right now.
All right. Moving on to our
but season grade.
Season grade.
C+,
I'm still. This one's tough because it's kind of like the Chargers. You massively overachieved and then somehow massively underachieved. Like, I'm gonna go. I'll go C+, which is the same grade I gave the Chargers.
I can't do it. Skip it. Move on.
No grade given.
No, wait,
All right.
move on. I'm too angry at you to give you a grade. Move on.
All right.
Oof. Jacob was
Bronco.
sweating for one drive, and then
Yeah,
I
and then he
I
fine. And then it was
sweated
fine.
that first drive. I
then it was-
texted
then you're
everyone,
fine.
was just like,
Crap.
this was like, because remember, I said this was what I was worried about. We can get back. We can get got on the back end. If you can get over the top of us, we can get got. And then Josh Allen just went,
And then it was
yeah,
fine.
no,
Yeah.
I
You
deserve
had
it.
your
Like,
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
Josh Allen went, oh, I'm not the Vegas MVP odds anymore. Thank you. You're all gonna look like idiots. And that's basically
Hey, what's it like having a quarterback?
it's amazing.
I've forgotten what it's like to have a
So-
quarterback.
I mean, most quarterbacks in the league are not Josh Allen. So it's,
No. Okay.
Most teams-
so
What's it
not
like to have a transcendent talent at QB?
It's
I miss
amazing.
it.
It's genuinely amazing.
I know.
But
Bastard.
you know what changed? You know what has made me sit here and go, "Oh fuck, there's half a chance we could pull this off this year."
As in
Because
Super Bowl.
look, like I'm just going to talk about the Bills right now. That 4th and 2,
Oh, to the back of the end zone
to the back of the end zone, and it's
Oh.
not. It's not.
Big time.
It's not the throw that makes me go, "Oh my god!" Only like because the throw's great, and the fact that he caught it is a minor miracle, and how he didn't get and how he wasn't out of bounds,
Wasn't
I
out,
will never
yeah.
know. That all of that's amazing, but what's made me go, "Oh fuck, we could do this." One, Sean McDermott let him do it.
Hmm.
That, in the context of that moment it was 10-7. We're in field goal range. Field goal then.
I think it was 13-7. So field goal would have made it
no,
two
you're
scores.
right. Sorry, it was 13.
Field goal technically would have made it two scores. So it
Hey,
would have been
yeah,
a
sorry,
sub
you
they
were
did.
right. Yep.
Yeah.
Field goal makes it 2 scores, which then makes and like we would start. It would have been one of those ones where it's like, let's get back on momentum, get back in front, like start actually like just grinding out a win, even though it's going to be tough. But he went, nope. Josh
Nope,
Allen.
we have Tyler Bass. Oh yeah.
You're out.
So a field goal is not guaranteed.
It was more.
We gotta
the-
rely on the leg of Tyler Bass. We're in trouble.
Oh yeah.
But like in seasons past, McDermott takes the kick there.
Yeah.
Yes.
In season past, also you actually look at the play. His first option, it's actually incredible defense. Like
Mhm.
what Vance Joseph does, and I'm not giving, I don't like Vance Joseph, but I'm going to give him all the credit in the world. And there's that image of him afterwards, just like in pure
What do I
shock,
do? Throw up your
of
hands.
just
what do you do?
of just like wanting to just like pull his hair out and be like, how do I do this job when I have to go against that? Because he called it perfectly. Like he
Mhm.
actually called it perfectly. It's man coverage. It's like everything is so Josh Allen looks at his first option covered. He couldn't go there. And then he's like, oh, cool. All right, I'll run around to scramble.
I
And
thought he was
he's
gonna run
got-
for it. Yeah.
and no, but then he's got to cover there and do it. In the past, Allen would have gone for it. He would have gone, nah,
He
stuff
ran.
it, back myself, and he'll get it. He wouldn't get it. He'd be a superhero, and it would fail, and we'd turn the ball over on downs. He's getting smarter, and he's not. He pulled back and went, all right, survey in the end zone. I'm going to trust my receiver. Threw it in, trust his receiver, and it was a perfect ball, and receiver caught it. And it was just like it's that sort of thing where Allen's no longer making the dumb throw. Like we've kind of said that all year of, oh, look at his interception numbers are massively down. That's what's changed. He's actually like, again, this is a lot of it's also come because his O-line is the best in football outside of maybe the Lions.
Mhm.
And he's had time and he's able to do all of this. But he's not making the desperation, oh, the window is that big, I'm going to just do it anyway. He's actually going, nope, that's not there. Go to my next one, or I can scramble, or I can do this instead. And it's working incredibly. And yeah, Josh Allen, guys, like, holy fuck. I just did Josh Allen of it all. And yeah.
No, Bills played amazing. Broncos, this is kind of their back to reality game.
Oh
A
yeah.
little bit, yeah. They also
Uh,
overachieved this year.
Yeah, giving the Broncos their grade. Again, overachieved. That defense is no
Massively
joke.
overachieved. Oh,
I say
easy.
B.
So-
Yeah, you made the playoffs with a rookie
So
quarterback.
here's my
Slightly higher.
my other big takeaway. That's this and outside of me, like okay, in the AFC, assuming we go all the way through and assuming it's the Chiefs that we play in the conference, this is the toughest defense we'll play.
Yeah.
Without question.
Oh, easily.
Without
easily.
question, this is the toughest defense we'll play. And now it's the worst offense we'll play though. Like
also
that's
true, yeah.
that's the
You could
so,
tell
like,
Bonus they weren't quite ready.
yeah. So like it's but we put 31 points up against our hardest defense. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now, obviously, our defense is gonna have to step up a lot next week, but we'll see.
Next year is going to be the big year for Bo Nix. The question is, are you Mac Jones
you take a step forward.
or are you Drew Brees?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Look,
Like,
I don't think his ceiling's as high as Drew Brees, but look, Sean Payton there. It's potential. It's potential.
It's possible.
You're right. Next year's a big thing. Broncos, I think you really need to go out and get.
They need a running back. Is what
They need like
Well, they need. I think they already had their running back in house. Like that's someone I really like on that team who we don't use a ton of. I like Estime. I think Estime is really good. That they
yeah,
just
the
don't.
problem
use
is they just rotated 4 people.
Yeah.
Just pick one.
Yeah, they need to stop trying to make Javonte Williams work. Like it's not working.
Yeah, it's
no,
over him.
it's not. Like again, this is a team.
Like you have like McLaughlin and Estime are both like way better backs than him. So
Yeah, just
stop trying to make Javonte work.
You probably need another over the top weapon. Doesn't need to be a number 1. Just need another number 2. Just someone
Yeah.
who
or just need to let Marvin Mims play.
Yeah.
Let him play more.
that too. Yeah. Look, Broncos.
I'll give them a solid C plus.
I'll
Yeah,
go B.
there's-
honestly.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going to
that'd
go
be too
big,
high.
even though
B,
they were right off.
B for Bo.
B.
They were right off this year. You know, with again, they did this
Yeah, we didn't
with
expect
$50 million in dead cap. So, like, yeah, I'm giving them a good score. So yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Oy vey.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
Easily the worst
really-
game of the week.
yes, really quickly. Somebody figured out that the secret of Jordan Love is Toyota Fun. Jordan Love plays significantly better during Toyota-thon than he does the rest of the year. Toyota-thon ended 3 days before this game. So, yeah, back to early start of the season, Jordan Love. And, yeah, shit.
Injuries also piled up for them.
Injuries did pile up. Like, no one at Green Bay team could stay healthy. Like, and that keep in mind, like, they didn't have Christian Watson or Jair Alexander going into the game. At one point, they were down their top 3 receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what the worst part? And look, this was a bad game from the Packers like not all round, but like for the most part, it pretty much was. Fumbling on the opening kickoff, which again was the wrong call. It was
I thought
not a
it
fumble.
really
Like,
looks
that
like
should
he
have been
recovered
overturned. It doesn't change the game. Like
Right,
I'm
yeah.
not again.
Massive.
I'm not blaming the refs on that one. It doesn't change the game. It doesn't like any of that. But that's a bad call, and I don't know how I don't know who was seeing it, and they I think someone mentioned on the broadcast, oh, they don't have access to this camera, and it's like, well, maybe they fucking should.
Maybe
Like,
what are you doing?
Why do they not? Why do they not
Yeah,
have
like,
access?
I don't know. Okay, if they don't, maybe we shouldn't, so that we can't all see
Yeah,
how
exactly.
blatantly obvious it is. And yeah, so anyway, there's that.
Anyway.
To Jordan Love. Oh boy, those were bad. The picks were bad.
were pretty
Like,
bad.
congratulations. Hey, you're definitely on the Brett Favre train, and you're really hoping that he can fix some of them because like he's
This made us
reckless.
realize we might have anointed Jordan Love too quickly.
Yeah, no.
I mean, everyone.
Look,
Yeah.
this I think that right now, look, Jordan Love, I think is still going to be very good, but I also think he is. I think he is definitely needing more time and which sounds dumb.
He
But,
had
like,
4
I
years.
know,
years at this point.
but this game also was one of those ones where it's like, oh, he needs help. Like Jordan Love isn't good enough to elevate
similar to Purdy, maybe like better than Purdy, but like
Yeah, he's better than Purdy.
Oh,
but
he's
he
definitely better than Purdy. I
similar,
think
similar,
he's over
but, like,
Purdy.
Yeah,
similar
he
that
needs,
weapons.
but he does need genuine
help
help.
it.
He can't.
Question is like, will they finally take a receiver in the first round of the draft?
I think they have.
I
to.
highly doubt it.
I think they have to.
I don't
at
think
this
so.
point.
I don't think
Yeah.
they do it.
Look, it's gonna depend on who falls, if there is one there. That's
Yeah.
gonna be the question.
On the side of the Eagles, though,
Well, that's the concern.
I'm not.
They were gettable.
I'm not as concerned, and here's why. This was Jalen Hurts' first game back in nearly a month.
Yep.
So it's gonna take him a bit of time to like reacclimate.
All the starters rested last week anyway.
All starters rested last week anyway, so it's gonna take the time to get back in rhythm with things.
No,
so
and that's
I'm not too concerned with the offense. What really like alarmed me, not alarmed me, but like because I think it was a bad thing. What like really like caught my eye. This Eagles defense is legit.
Oh, it is.
Like remember last year,
Jacob
last year that was like their biggest liability by a mile.
The heart and soul of 6-11 was how bad this Eagles defense was last year. That was the reason why I was so adamant on 6-11. It was this Eagles defense and Nick Sirianni as head coach. Nick Sirianni, still not a great head coach. But this Eagles defense is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alexa heard you.
Yeah.
Alexa, like the fuck say about the Eagles?
Yeah. So that was the heart of 6-11 was how bad I thought this defense was going to be, because I didn't believe in Vic Fangio, and I didn't believe in some of the players that they had. This defense,
when you have two white guys starting in the secondary, that's always cause for concern.
Yeah,
but the exciting whites came to play.
Those are the exciting.
Yeah, and like the Eagles defense is very good and legitimately scary. You're right in it's Hurts' first game back. Outside of against the Lions, I think he's the worst quarterback matchup in every remaining game.
I don't know about that.
And that's a concern. And clearly, him and AJ still have something. Like I don't know.
Busy reading.
Like I like
when you're reading on the sidelines, that's something.
and that's my thing. And that's my thing. And like I don't care that he was sitting there reading on the sideline. It's the I don't actually care about that. It's hang on. It's we don't have I need the ball. No, we don't have any issues. No, we're friends. No, we're not friends. Oh, you all happy with that? I'm just gonna sit here and read a book on the side. I don't know. Look at me. Wait, no. Why are you looking at me? That's what's pissing me off about all of this with AJ Brown.
It's the Aaron Rodgersing.
And that's I just fucking hate it, and it's pissing me off. And I'm sitting there going,
when will you lose?
Yeah, because of it.
Can you go back in time and lose 11 games, please?
So And again, it then comes to my concern if I don't know if Sirianni is good enough to fix that. That is a coaching thing, and I don't know if he's good enough to fix that. We'll get into when we talk about this about their upcoming game, but I think that I don't think I
it's gonna be harder.
I think the team that won was not who they wanted to win. Put it mildly. So this is that is my concern with the Eagles. Is I think they can be got. That being said, that defense is
legit.
I think it's the best defense left in the NFC by far.
Arguably the best defense left in the NFL.
With an argument, it's the best defense left in the NFL. Actually, the Texans might have an argument, but that's it. The Eagles defense is legit and it's scary, and I wouldn't want to play it right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But Packers. So let's just talk about the Packers season.
Honestly, my grade for the Packers, I'd go C-. It's just because like you look at like a lot of their wins. A lot of their wins aren't impressive. Only won one game in the division all year.
Yeah, I think this is a real disappointment. I think this is a genuine disappointment.
Which is why I say that team that won 11 games.
Right, you were riding the high
off
of last year, and then,
but it's weird to say it. But when you think, oh, last year they were the 7th seed still,
and they upset
the Cowboys, which because they upset the Cowboys, we kind of forgive the 11th that you were the 7th seed. This season, it's kind of like you're the 7th seed. You just snuck in. You've not played well on the back end of the season again, or
didn't play well in your division at all.
You have not. Cool. Your division got harder. You didn't play well in it. Like a must-win game at the end of the season. So you didn't have your first round matchup.
Yeah.
You didn't win it. You lost to one of the worst teams in football in the Bears, who that's a concern. Now, I still like Matt LaFleur as a head coach. I still like Jordan Love as a quarterback. I still like a lot of this team, but they're not LaFleur's not a made man yet. And I know I had that coaching thing. These playoffs illuminate a lot of problems that you kind of otherwise ignore. And someone on Twitter mentioned this, and I can't stop thinking about it. If we were back in the 6th seed, if we were back in the 6-team structure. So, 2 buys and we only had 16.
You think LaFleur might be doing fired by now?
I do. He's missed the playoffs 3 of his 4 seasons.
If there's only 16,
it's true.
It's true.
There's and they're bad misses. And then they're not,
would they have made the playoffs since 2020 if it was 6 seeds?
If it was only
20, the 2020
they did. 2021 they missed. No, 2021. I'm sorry. 2021.
That's the one where the Lions eliminated them.
So his first season,
22.
His first season they would have still. The second season they would have, which was the second season they would have, which was the Aaron Rodgers MVP, but they weren't the one. Was that the year?
Isn't that the season when the Lions?
His first year was 19, wasn't it?
Yeah. So 19 they weren't the 1 seed.
Yeah. No. So did they make the playoffs in 19?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so they made the playoffs 3 years in a row. They made 19 to 21.
Yeah.
22 they missed.
22 they lose. 22 they lose to the Lions in Sunday Night Football.
That's the season. When they lose in the last game.
In a must-win game, and they lose.
Yeah. Last year, it would have been 7th seed.
Last year, they started the season horrific and were basically playing playoff football from Thanksgiving onwards. And then they snuck in, and then they win the Cowboys game, and kind of everything's, kind of paper mache'd over of like, oh yeah, no, you can kind of ignore all of that from last year. It was just this section that you need to acknowledge.
He'd be 3-3 in terms of making the playoffs versus missing.
Yeah,
because he was first in the division the first 3 years.
Yeah, he'd be. Yeah. I mean,
3-3.
He'd be going. Okay, if not fired, he'd be going in. He'd be going in on a hot seat this season.
Yes,
without question. So,
because now these other coaches are starting to out coach Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, they are, and that's that's starting to be a slight problem. Now, again, they've got a defense problem. Absolutely. I think this defense is still not great. But LaFleur players keep making really dumb penalties. And it happens consistently. It's not one of
that roughing penalty was
and you see LaFleur blow up on the sideline.
And it's why haven't you fixed it by now? Yeah,
and that's my point. And you
shouldn't
see
have to be
him blow up and he goes, think, what do you do? You've seen the blow-ups, but they keep happening. And that's
either they're not listening or
So
his teams are weirdly undisciplined.
So that's a concern for the Packers. They're still it's hard to throw out an 11-win team. Like they won 11 games. They're still a very good football team. I don't know how open the window is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had a true number 1 wide receiver as well.
And it's
Right.
and the hard part is their contract's going to start hurting soon. Like, you don't get.
So what you're saying is Love is going to start hurting?
Yeah, you don't get
Love
the
hurts.
3-year.
Very
You
true.
don't.
Love
You don't
does-
get the
Love
little
does hurt.
3-year bump.
Coming this
All
February.
right, let's move on to.
Hey, wait a minute. This isn't about Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts.
All right, let's move on to the game of the week without question.
Side note: why does that trailer not use the song "Love Hurts"?
I don't know.
All right,
Maybe they couldn't get the rights.
how could that cost so much? Okay, but they pay for Celine Dion. How could that cost more money? Never mind. Let's talk about this game. Yes, the Commies versus the Bucks.
Easily
The
game of
closest
week,
game.
easily the best game of the.
Because it was close.
The Buccaneers. You motherfuckers.
You had it.
You fucking assholes. The second we fucking start believing in you motherfuckers,
Help.
you do this.
And
How
the stupid-
fucking dare you?
And the stupid part about this was outside of the two plays that cost them the game, they actually
fumble.
played pretty decently.
They played fine.
Like
What this did show us, maybe
Todd
we
Bowles.
gave Todd Bowles too much credit.
A little. bit.
yes, Gabe Todd Bowles a
The
little
playoffs
bit-
illuminating his whole case again.
Yeah, it is. It's that.
A little
It's
bit.
the playoffs
He's-
shine
he's
bright
Black Matt
when
LaFleur.
the playoffs shine your biggest flaws brightly. And holy fuck, clock management! My God, why do these
This
coaches
is an
not know how to
epidemic
clock?
across the league.
My
It-
God.
Infuriating. Seriously, just play one season of Madden. You will learn how to
Yeah,
clock manage.
exactly. I was gonna say.
Jesus.
Just sit down with your
seriously,
kids.
a goddamn 13-year-old can manage game clock.
Sit down with your
better than
kids. Play some Madden. Don't look at their rating, but yeah.
you. Don't
Don't
look at the rating.
ratings,
I don't care what Woody Johnson tells you. Don't look at the ratings.
Don't look at the ratings, but try something.
Just
Ugh.
I
Yeah.
just don't like his clock management was atrocious, and then defense was not good. And look, the botched the botched pass fumble.
Jet sweep. Yeah.
And again, look,
I don't know why you're
I know
trying that
that's-
with a rookie. Like,
and that's
backed up in
the
your
thing.
own
Look,
territory. You probably shouldn't
I'm
be
not
doing
going
it
to
in
kill.
your own
I'm not going to
territory.
kill him because he's a rookie center. But both of them are on the rookie. Like both of them are
rookies. Yeah.
both of them are his fault, and it's like the rookie center. Both of them are on him. Got to be a bit better. Again, rookie center in the playoffs. It's what happens, and that's kind of it happens. And Baker probably needs to be a little bit better to prepare for that. But that fumble was bad. That fumble was really bad, and it hurt, and it really it hurt the game. And then on it was 3 and in. It was like 3rd and inches or was 2nd and inches. I can't remember.
I think it was 3rd inches. Yeah.
Third.
Third and inches, and then
A weird like snap where they weren't ready.
they
to
just
run the
they
play, and
weren't
just
ready
lost
for
yards. I was
it,
like,
and
oh, God.
yeah, and that's the game. Honestly, like
Yeah.
this was a really close game, and that cost them. And
Oh, yeah.
it sucks. As someone who is a big, massive Baker fan, it sucks because I really wanted to see. I honestly was looking forward to Bucks Eagles because I thought that would be a really good game. I was really
Well, I was glad the Commies won this game. The Eagles and Lions.
Yeah.
Well, the Eagles and the Lions because the Bucks are the
because
only
the
team
Lions
that
get the
both.
Commanders.
yeah, because they're
There's
gone.
also eliminates the one team that beat both the Lions and the Eagles this year.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that so they're gone. Commanders.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. And here's the thing.
What impressed me is the fact that like we did not get the. I wonder if like Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury balance each other out because like usually their second
cancels out
half
the
games are like pretty bad.
So
Yeah.
I guess you
Okay.
put them together, it makes a positive.
They're
They can
fine.
manage the second half.
Together they're fine. 2 negatives make a positive.
or
It's math. I don't know.
and this may be a little mean.
Uh-huh.
28-3 wasn't on Dan Quinn. It was on Kyle Shanahan, guys.
Oh, we know that.
That's partly true.
No,
That's
but
part-
I mean-
that's-
but like-
partially, yeah. That's
No,
partially
but
true.
like, and I'm meaning like, hey, Dan Quinn got a lot of the blame for that.
What also doesn't help is the fact that we saw Dan Quinn blow games without.
Yeah, that's
without,
but never
without Kyle
playoff
Shanahan.
games. They never made back to the playoffs. Whereas
they
we've seen
weren't
Shanahan
playoffs.
do it a lot.
Yeah.
Look, I actually kind of want to. Cliff Kingsbury is doing a very good job. I would say, like a good enough job. Dan Quinn's defense is not great, but it's improving. And to be fair, they don't have anything. Like they don't really have anything on defense, and he's doing the best with what he's got.
The best player is Bobby Wagner, who's fucking ancient.
I mean,
like
Bobby Wagner loves playing for Dan Quinn.
But just the best rookie in football right now. Jaden Daniels, congratulations. You're everything that we thought Caleb Williams would be. Because holy crap. What is this? This kid's playing like a 6-year vet, guys. Like
that is LSU's Jaden Daniels, not ASU. You do not have. I don't care what you say, ASU people. You do not have claim to Jaden Daniels because he hasn't claimed you.
Yeah, no.
It's good.
Jaden Daniels is incredible.
No,
And he's I just like all praise has to go to him right now for how he is playing. He is like this gets thrown around a lot. It got thrown around the year that it got thrown around. It must just be LSU because they're just cool and calm under pressure. LSU quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like
what's wild is like when you look at the grand scheme of things. We'll talk about it a little more when we get to the next game. AFC, it's one quarterback that's made the Super Bowl and 3 that have never been.
Yep.
Versus the NFC, 3 quarterbacks that have made a Super Bowl and 1 that's never been.
And yeah, and like the AFC has 4, like the AFC, the four remaining quarterbacks, 3 of them are made
black.
men.
Top 5.
No, I meant
they're black and they're also top 5.
That's fair. No, I was more meaning like they're made men. They're
like they're established.
They're
The best-
established
one of the best
made
in
men
the
within
league,
the NFL who
Firmly all top 5.
yeah.
Yes.
And then CJ is on the path to be like, as in, you know, like he is definitely.
If he didn't bottom out this year, then yes.
But here's the thing, he wins on Saturday. He wins on Saturday. He is a top 5 quarterback instantly in everyone's mind,
and we will all thank him for it.
Just straight up, like that win, he will do. He may even overtake Joe Burrow, like in terms of people. Because it will just be one of those. You are the second quarterback ever to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Well, third, sorry, because Brady did it as well. But like it doesn't happen. So, but anyway, so the AFC is the ones that have got the elite
established
talent.
stars. Yes.
The NFC, the rookie may be the best quarterback out of the 4 of them. Like
from a pure talent standpoint,
the highest ceiling.
maybe.
It's the highest ceiling.
Yeah, from a pure like out of the 8 quarterbacks, if I was going to tell you outside of the 3, out of the 4 NFC ones, hey, which one of these would you consider has the best chance to be in the top 5 quarterbacks?
Eventually. Yeah.
Eventually.
I mean, yeah.
Like it'd probably be Jaden Daniels right now, the way he's playing. Which is just fascinating to me.
It's either him or Hurts. I don't see Goff or Stafford breaking through that.
You and I have very different takes on Hurts and Stafford.
You're also the Eagles hater on the show, so I'm not taking your word on that.
That is true.
Your word means nothing.
But yeah, Commanders, well done. We'll talk about you
No,
more.
congratulations. Bucks, I'd give you like a solid. It's tough because
it's so tough.
I mean, you persevered because you were hobbled, but I mean, I think, like I'm like a B minus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that because this isn't like it's funny, you know, a lot of the teams that lost this week, a lot of the teams that won, if they had lost, we'd have been like, this is such a successful season. Like the Broncos.
Right.
It's such a successful season. Who cares that they lost to the Bills? It was still a massive successful season.
Right.
If the Commanders lose this game, it's a successful season.
Yes.
The Bucks were kind of like, was it?
Oh, what else? We gotta give a shout out to Washington real quick because I don't think they had a single playoff win under Dan Snyder. The first year after he leaves, they win a playoff
This is
game.
their first playoff win since 2005, when ironically they also beat the Bucks. So,
Okay, so they did win a playoff game under Snyder. Okay, I was right.
perfect
Yeah.
symmetry. Perfect.
Yeah, it's their first one since 05. Another bit of useless trivia that I found genuinely hilarious. If the Commanders pull it off on Saturday, Cowboys will be the
last team to
oldest
not
team
get-
to not have to not be in an NFC championship game.
Oh, my God.
wild.
Every other one would have done it since the 2000s. Anyway,
Oh, Dallas.
all right.
Final
Let's
game.
move on to our final game. Vikings at Rams.
Wait, wait, real quick. Shh.
Okay.
You guys hear that? Hear that?
Samaro got sacked again.
No, it's Sam Darnold's contract going up in flames.
Yeah.
Look, before coming into this,
Before we actually move on to this game, I do want to just give a real quick shout out to the Arizona Cardinals
Oh, yeah, sure.
and the NFL in general for how well they handled this.
yeah,
Given everything that's going on in LA and the wildfires right now, the NFL did the right thing by moving it, and two, the Cardinals did a brilliant job. I don't think there is any criticism you can have with how they have handled the last week of just, put their hand up, went, fly 2 planes, we'll get cats, dogs, families, all of you's coming here. The thing that shocked me the most was if you didn't know that was the Cardinal Stadium, you wouldn't have. Like they made
There are a lot
sure,
of Rams fans.
like no, but
I know
as in,
Craig
like,
even went.
no,
did he
but-
actually?
Yeah, you made the trip.
if you've never been to State Farm, there's a fucking cardinal on the side, and every single time they did the shot around the stadium, you couldn't see it.
They didn't see it.
They never saw. And I think and then like inside the stadium, they put SoFi
Wow.
bannering around it and everything. Like it felt like, oh, this is a Rams home game, and I so well done because. They
This is
didn't
a division
have
rival. You didn't have to do that.
you didn't have to do that for your hated rival. And you could have very easily been like,
You made
it's a stadium. Come here and you play in a stadium. Like we've got one for you. We'll do all of this. They didn't. They made it feel like a home game for them. So I just shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. I think they've just earned themselves a Super Bowl in 2029. I really
Okay,
I
yes.
think
Well, if Jacob is saying it, then of course it's gonna happen. I'm just kidding.
I think that the reward will be
Oh, as in hosting. Got it.
as in host. No,
Got
yeah,
it.
as
I
in
thought you meant
host,
they're gonna make the Super Bowl.
Arizona hosting a playoff game.
no,
This is the first time they hosted a playoff game in God knows how long.
Yeah, it's
Since
true.
2015. That's the
Yeah.
last since
And it wasn't even their own.
Hey, we'll take what we can get.
So yeah.
Secondly, so before this game coming in, before the last 2 weeks, there was a big question of like, what are the Vikings to do next year? Like, do we re-sign Sam Darnold, try to trade JJ McCarthy, to try to keep both? What are we doing? After the last 2 weeks, the answer is resounding. Get the fuck out of here, Sam Darnold.
Pretty clear.
I'm not willing to go there, but I'm absolutely on the JJ McCarthy's the starting quarterback next year.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if he'll take a
he's
backup money, he's not going to take. I mean,
no.
unless he can only get backup money, then
No,
stay with the
again,
Vikings.
Someone is going to pay Sam Darnold because they.
so here is so there's 2 sides of this. I just want to talk about the Rams first, because they are the winners, and then we can do a deep dive into the Vikings. Rams, this was very clearly a better coach, better quarterback matchup, and
More
the
prepared.
better coach and better quarterback won.
Also
Like,
play with their hair and probably their homes on fire.
yeah, and well, see, that's the thing. Like, it was very
they won it for LA.
that. See, I wouldn't have been shocked if Stafford and a few of the players came out and looked really lethargic and looked distracted. And I would have been like, you know
got other
what?
things on your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Your house might be burning.
My
you know?
my house may burn, Chris.
Yeah,
got
and I would, and you know what?
You wouldn't fault
And
him
if we
for
came,
it, 'cause,
if we came out on this show, I would have been like, Stafford, I totally understand that. I'm not going to blame anyone on that Rams team if they didn't turn up to that game fully prepared because their mind's somewhere else. It's also kind of why I'm like giving Justin Herbert a little bit of like, let's just, maybe a little bit.
It's not just that. Like they didn't just like come prepared. They came out, pulled out their entire nutsack, and said, "Hold my nuggets."
Yeah. Rams were amazing in this game. They were fantastic.
Well, they argue that Stafford thing was not a forward pass. That one thing where he flipped the ball.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's talk about
that. Was a dumb call.
Let's talk about that. Straight up, not a forward pass. Actually, no. Sorry. Okay.
That's at least intentional.
I agree. No, I actually do think it was a forward pass. I just don't think there was an eligible receiver. I think that should have been intentional grounding. 100% should have been intentional grounding.
It didn't sway the game. It could have swayed the game, but
yeah, it could have. Now
it turned out
the positive of that for the NFL, where they're like going, "Oh, thank Christ," was they went 3 and out. Like that, as in, like they didn't convert the next play, and if they had converted the next one, then we could start having, "Oh, this is a problem." But it's a problem because there needs to be an edict to the refs and say, "Hey, yeah, don't ever do that again. Don't ever let that happen." That's no.
I will say the only positive about this weekend, being a Steelers fan, at least we're not these guys. At least we're not them.
Yeah.
The Vikings are now the first 14-win team to ever go 1-0 in the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happens when you can't even win. 14-3 doesn't even get you your division.
Yeah, well,
it's insane.
Like they were competing for the 1 seed a week ago, and now they're getting bounced in the first round. They can't even score 10 points.
Yeah. So Sam was bad. Yeah. Sam was really bad.
Sam Darnold, welcome back. I was wondering where you went.
O-line was bad too.
Now
O-line was bad.
Let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna. It was, but Sam got to get rid of the ball quicker. I was sitting there counting. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, like most of
the freaking thing.
Most of those sacks occurred after 4 seconds,
and that's the problem.
There is no reason you should hold the ball. For over
like, come on, just throw it, Sam.
And if
protecting this long,
it was like if the ball's not out after 3, throw it away. In that, like, especially in that game where it was becoming blatantly obvious, you're getting sacked. Just get rid of the ball so they can't sack you. Like that's the concern for the Vikings or whoever gets Sam Darnold was, oh, cool. You put a little bit of pressure on this guy and it's over. Like it's all over. He stresses out and he makes really.
It was his very first playoff game, and it showed.
It was.
It showed,
but it did. But
it was also Jaden Daniels' first playoff game, and look what he did.
After this game, I actually went back and I had a look at the Vikings rep. All right, let's move on to 14-3. This is a very, very fraudulent.
I wouldn't say fraudulent, but I mean it's a tier below fraudulent.
But like, okay,
whatever the nice way of saying.
I mean, it's hard to win 14 games no matter who you play. So
no, but here's who they played: the Giants, the 49ers. Who that was the big win when they beat the 49ers. It was
good.
Yeah, that's when everybody but me said the 49ers were so good.
Yeah, but it's like, 49ers. They weren't a good team this year. The Texans blowout. That's their legitimately one genuinely good win.
But also the Texans weren't particularly good this year.
And at that point, they weren't either. Right, exactly. That's my point. Like, right. But that is
the fact that
one
they blew them out.
Genuinely good win, but they blew them out.
Yeah.
The Packers by 2 points. It's a divisional game that you won by 2 points. I'm never going to write off divisional games. So they're 50-50 games, but you still won it. And that's the point. The Jets by 6. They lose to the Lions. They lose to the Rams. The Colts by 8. Mm-hmm. The Jags by 5. The Titans by 10.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad one.
The Titans by 10. The Bears by 3. The Cardinals by 1. They blow out the Falcons.
Yeah.
They blow out the Bears. Seahawks by 3. Packers by 2. And then get blown out by the Lions and blown out by the Rams.
I think some of those were like the other team was like trying to furiously come back after they built such a lead. But I get the point
but
still
it's
stands. The point stands. But yeah,
a lot of them just aren't. Looking at it, it's like they're not that impressive wins. Now look, 14, you're right. 14.
Yeah, you play who's on the schedule. And it's
you play what's on your schedule. They did what they were meant to do, and unfortunately, the 4 losses that happened this season were to 2 teams. And
they lose the Lions, then the Rams. Fast forward 10 weeks, they lose the Lions,
then the Rams.
Yeah. The future of this, I think there's a chance Sam Darnold gets franchise tagged. With the
that's a hefty tag though. That is a hefty tag.
I think it's the non-exclusive one.
Is that one cheaper?
It's the cheaper one, and it's another team. Do you want him? It's 2 firsts.
Nobody is trading 2 firsts for Sam Darnold.
That's my point.
Unless you have literally lost your mind.
No one will do it, and it's only $30 million. That's it. Like
even then, I feel like that's an overpay.
But you then at least have him, because what I think they'll do.
What if McCarthy's not ready?
Yeah. But that's my point. What I think they'll do is what they were going to do this year, which was play Sam Darnold for 6 weeks. JJ McCarthy come in. Most likely after the Lions game, play JJ for the Rams game, and then go from there. And then JJ's the starter. And I think if you do that, Sam comes in on the franchise tag. He's there for 6, plays for 6 weeks, gets them say 4-2, 5-1, depending on the schedule. JJ comes in and goes from there. I think that is a realistic possibility, and I think that's one where Sam maybe, I'll take the tag because then I can get traded. Then I can, before the deadline, I can get traded while a franchise-needy team, because there's going to be an injury sometime next season, and some quarterback's going to go down, and it's going to be like, hey, Sam, we could get Sam Darnold.
Here I come to save the day.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, get Sam Darnold for a 5th or a 6th to just come in.
Wow, I know cards appreciate value really quick, but my God, go from 2 firsts to a 5th.
Well, that's
a few minutes.
If Darnold sees guaranteed money anywhere, he's going to take it.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that's the most viable option outside of. And look, if the Vikings want to do right by Sam and he goes, hey, the Titans, Raiders, whoever are paying me $50 million a season. If the Vikings.
Please take it.
But that's what. No, the Vikings would have every right to tag Sam. They would absolutely be able to. And would have every right to do it, and could be like, nope, we don't want you. We don't want to lose you, and sorry, you're going to have to lose that $50 million. They absolutely could. I don't think they would. I think that would be if doing that would really put a sour for the organization, because it would get out. It would be like, hey, this team cost a quarterback that they don't actually want nearly $30 million, and that. It's going to be really tough to sign free agents doing that. So, yeah.
Vikings, great. I mean,
massively overachieved.
I got to give them a B.
I'll give them a B.
I go B+. No one expected 14 wins.
Yeah.
It ended poorly.
You got good football out of Sam Darnold. That's a miracle in and of itself.
Exactly. Kevin McConnell's going to win Coach of the Year. So,
yeah. All right. Chance, floor is yours.
For what
next week?
Oh yeah, okay. You don't need to do that. Okay, well that was the week that was. Shit's getting serious now. That's why people shows not here. We're getting serious. We're now going into divisional round weekend. 4 games, 8 teams to decide who goes to conference championship weekend. Starting with Saturday at 4. Am I thinking of the right team? Who's on Saturday in the early slot? That's what I thought. Okay,
the 1 seeds are playing on Saturday.
That's what I thought. Okay, So I couldn't remember if this was Saturday or Sunday, but yeah, okay.
Well, the Texans get another Saturday.
Regardless, of course they are Saturday and the early slot because they're the Texans. That's what they get. Look, I think that this defense, if they play the way they did against the Chargers, can give the Texans a fight.
The Chiefs, you mean? Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah. Like, give the Chiefs a fight. The problem is it's hard for any team to go into Arrowhead and try and win a game, much less this team.
These two teams played on.
But yeah, that's the biggest concern. Is I saw these two teams play each other the week before Christmas, and it wasn't close. And the Chiefs have since been gotten healthier and had a lot more.
The Texans have not gotten healthier. They lost Tank Dell in that game.
And yeah, whereas in the Texans have gotten more injury, more injured.
Yeah,
I think this is the Chiefs, and I don't think it's close.
The Texans had a lot of losses, mainly Deontay Johnson.
Once again.
Lord knows you really need that dude on the field.
Yep.
I cannot believe that dude's been on 4 teams this year.
Times.
4 teams in 1 year.
And 1 team twice. Okay.
But yeah, Texans, if you can do this, I will build a CJ Stroud statue out of peanut brittle. But
that's now I need to see that.
So here's my slight dilemma with this game. I really want the Chiefs to lose because obviously I don't want the Chiefs to lose.
Well, the Texans, you're also my last hope, my big prediction start of the season to actually come true.
Because you predicted the Chiefs don't make the championship game.
Yes, this is my last chance for this to actually happen.
But the other reason why I really want Josh to finally be the one who beats the Chiefs. That's because
I want to kill you, CJ. I want to kill you myself.
Yeah, it's that if CJ does it, Josh still has that holding over his head of he hasn't.
You got lucky. You didn't have to beat Mahomes.
Even if
he's gonna get all in his head, he's gonna lose the AFC Championship game to the Texans because he can't figure out what's happening.
If next week he goes on and then beats the Texans, say they win against the Ravens and he beats the Texans. It's still going to be a thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a narrative that you didn't have to play Patrick Mahomes.
And it's like, how is this still a fucking thing?
Look, I'm rooting for the Chiefs. I'm rooting for the Texans because
fraudulent slip.
You're one to talk. You're one to fucking talk. You are one to fucking talk. I feel like you've had more than me this year.
We're all rooting for the Texans.
I'm rooting for the Texans. I'm rooting for the Texans because, like I said, my prediction I want to come true. I highly doubt it.
Yeah. You were really hoping you'd have 2 bites at the cherry of that one, not just the one.
Yeah, is that like an Aussie? Is that like an Aussie phrase?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's 2 bites at the apple, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but like 2 bites at the cherry. How big are Australian cherries?
Fairly huge.
Yeah,
as big as apples.
Yeah, you get a hand fruit. Where are the hand-sized cherries? Why are you not sharing them?
I'm gonna go. Like I said, I think Chiefs win this, and it's not even close. I think this is a beatdown. Yeah, I think it's ugly, an ugly beatdown.
I'm trying to agree.
Yeah, stunks for this game. I'm gonna go one for each team, just because we're gonna have 8 goals. Okay, for the Texans, I'm gonna say Will Anderson.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about how the Chiefs have problems with protection.
They do.
Although they have gotten slightly better, but
yeah, they have.
I think he'll get at least 1 sack. He'll get 1.
I'm gonna say not stonks. I'll go
stonks for Anderson. Right. You know what? If Anderson injures Patrick Mahomes, he's my hero.
Every week we just switch to a different player.
Hey, to be fair, the last 3 seasons Mahomes has gotten injured in this round. So
that's true.
He's gone on in 2 of them. So
injure him. Make sure he doesn't give birth to tungsten at one point.
If anything, injuries make him better. So he doesn't get
For
injured.
for the Chiefs, I'm going to say the apparently future Hall of Famer Isaiah Pacheco.
Why do you say that?
I'm
ask him.
You think Pacheco's a Hall of Famer?
I said if they 3-peat and then
because
he'll have a three-peat, and then if they win another one down the line, he'll have 4 rings.
And it's hard to deny someone with 4 rings.
Yeah,
But even though but there are tons of players with 4 rings. There are more players with 4 rings who are not in the Hall of Fame than are. So I don't think that matters.
But he's the running back for a 4-win team. Anyway, that's
Even
yeah.
then, no.
I'm saying stonks. I think I say stonks.
I'll say no.
I'm also gonna say no.
Again, we said the Texans defense is good, so.
All right.
But moreover, Pacheco is not Hall of Famer.
It's unlikely that he would.
All right. Next up, a game that I'm so looking forward to. This game. I am not touching betting with this one with a 10-foot pole, even though I will give a pick for it, but I ain't touching it. Commanders at Lions. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's the line? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this game because I genuinely think this could be a 40-50 score line. Like, I think this could be one of the first playoff games we get where neither side punts. Like, this is just a complete.
The Commanders already had a game this year.
Where this just goes up and down the field the entire time, and it's just one of those like. Also, yeah, and it's just a back and forth game and a complete shootout. I can't wait for this game. It's going to be so fun to watch.
Dad, I hope you're not watching right now because I am gonna pick Detroit just because I feel like this is where I'm not going to get too big for him, but I feel like this is where the experience. This is like where the experience and where like the playing like an actual like legit. It's none of the Bucks aren't legit, but like a really like excellent coach and a really excellent team. I think this is where that kind of like starts to pile up against Jaden Daniels, and I don't foresee him overcoming the Lions. So
that defense.
I don't think it's
the Lions offense. Yeah.
I don't think it's this lopsided. If it is, I'm shocked. But yeah, I am going with Detroit.
I'm pulling the upset. I'm pulling the upset. Here's my reasoning.
I like it.
Oh boy.
3 rookie quarterbacks have ever won wild card weekend. It happened 3 times. Jaden's the 4th to ever do it.
Do you know who the other 3 are off the top of your head?
Russell Wilson, Mark Sanchez, and I don't know who the other one was.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
That's a fucking what the second guy is Mark Sanchez. Does that tell you everything you need to know?
Yes. You know what Mark Sanchez did the year that he won?
Got to the championship game.
He got to the championship game. You know what Russell Wilson did the year that he won?
Got to the Super Bowl. Right?
What the third guy do?
Who got to the championship game.
Who won the third guy?
Can't remember. I can't remember who the third guy was. But Russell Wilson didn't get to the championship game, but he lost it in literally he was in front. It's one of those ones that we don't actually ever really talk about. It was the Seahawks.
It might have been Flacco.
It was Flacco when he got to the championship game. It's one we don't ever talk about, but it was the Atlanta Seahawks game.
Oh, that's right. I remember this one.
And Atlanta won it with 14 seconds left. And like Seattle gave the ball back. It's like the 13-second game. Atlanta got the ball back with 30 seconds and got in field goal range with 13 seconds left and won the game. Like, it's one of those just an all-time classics, and that's how Russell Wilson lost. That could be this game. History is not on the Lions side right now.
But when has it ever been on the Lions side? What has history ever been on the team side?
I just feel like this is that.
Hey, Jacob.
Game.
Jacob, remember what happened the last time you bet against the Lions?
I know. I got very embarrassed. I might get very embarrassed in this situation.
Yeah, David Montgomery's coming back.
But you know what? You're taking the leap, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I'm going Commanders. I think Commanders pull the upset.
And somewhere Mark Ellis and Amber Moses are squeeing like little girls. Stunks for this one. For the commies, I'm going to say Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
it's stocks.
Yeah. Whether or not they win or
not, this Lions defense, absolutely.
Okay, and so that's the song for Terry McLaurin, and for the Commanders, since like we mentioned, he is going to be back. David Montgomery.
I don't know that they'll put that much on him because this is
Yeah, this is going to be on
so
Gibbs.
they'll still use Gibbs more, even if they'll use Montgomery. But I'll say no. But
I would say yes because I think Monty's gonna. I think he's going to vulture a lot of touchdowns.
that might be true.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to Sunday.
Sunday, early window.
Okay, what I'm trepidatious about with this game is the fact that from what we're hearing from the reports, it's supposed to be cold and snowing.
Yeah.
And if that's true, first of all, pound the under on this game.
Yeah.
Secondly, I am taking the Eagles. I would take the Eagles no matter what. But I take the Eagles. It's like I already don't like the Rams flying across the country again while their home's on fire. But I also don't like the Rams playing cold weather.
Okay, I have liked Rams all week.
Yeah, I was thinking of picking an upset here, but then
all week I have liked the Rams on this one because one, I think they've got the better coach, and I think they've got the much better quarterback.
Ouch.
But the last time these teams played, Saquon ran all over them. So
that's the concern, and the cold weather is going to affect the Rams a lot. So I am going with the Eagles. I do think the Eagles win this one, and it sets up divisional NFC championship.
All right. I got two different Stonks questions for this one. First of which you know what? You're throwing a lot of shade to my boy. Stonks for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts.
Not Stonks because of the weather. I don't think his numbers are going to look that
Not
good.
Him. Barkley's going to do.
Yeah, I think that's going to be
Barkley's too easy, so I'm not going to.
I know, but that's my point. I don't think Hurts's numbers are going to look that good.
Saquon had 255 yards the last time he
played.
Yeah.
All right, and
oh my God.
For the Eagles, for the Rams, I am going to say someone who actually pulled out the Nacho Libre Eagle tackle. I ain't never seen that in a game before. Jared Verse.
He might.
I think he'll be able to get some pressure on. I think he'll get pressure, but because they're not going to be able to
sacks. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be if that's going to translate.
Shockingly, they sacked Sam Darnold 9 times. He didn't get one.
Yeah, he got the home number touchdown.
He got a touchdown.
Got the Superman tackle.
Yeah.
That is maybe the hardest picture I've seen in the NFL this year.
I'm going to say Stonks just because he's been my boy all year. So I'm going to say Stonks.
Jacob's right or die.
Now, all right, and last question for this game. This game gives a very, very unique opportunity. We're getting to watch white-on-white crime in real time. Cooper DeJean versus Cooper Kupp.
Cooper on Cooper.
Who wins?
I think it's Cooper DeJean. Kupp has not been good recently.
Yeah, DeJean, because Kupp is clearly the number 2, if not number 3 on this team right now.
Yeah.
Like Kupp's
Stafford's throwing the Higbee more times than he was throwing a Kupp.
Yeah, that's what Kupp's done. I feel like
we're gonna look at these Super Bowl MVPs for the past 20 years and be like, what the fuck happened? Because
in that Super Bowl,
I get that one, but most Super Bowl MVPs in the past 20 years are not Hall of Famers, like Nick Foles, Joe Flacco, Julian Edelman, Santonio Holmes. Like a lot of these guys are just not going to be like, how did you get MVP? But you're not going to be a Hall of Famer.
He was good in that game.
He was.
But yeah, no, Alex, and this game is also it's the team I was very hard against, and the team that I was very
high
loud
on,
for at the start of the season, and I'm picking against them. So go figure. All right,
and finally, the main event.
Oof.
Why'd this have to be the Sunday night game? Like, I know why, because it's the biggest game of the week, and it's like, and NBC just went, "Thank you very much. This is mine, and I'm going home with it." But fuck me.
This line is. I feel like the line has kept changing every day. I think I saw Bills favored.
It opened Bills -1, and now it's Bills +1.5. And look,
don't bet.
This is a bad matchup for the Bills. It is all going to come down to here is how the Bills win. They stop Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Yeah.
You stop
Correct.
Derek. If the Bills stop Derrick Henry and force Lamar Jackson to be the MVP, especially without Zay Flowers, who's not out,
Not looking
but
likely. Not
not
again.
likely to play.
Oh, likely that too.
Not
No,
Isaiah likely. No,
Zay Flowers, yeah.
He's not Isaiah likely.
He's not Isaiah likely to play.
But if we force Lamar Jackson to play superhero ball and be like, hey, it's all on your shoulders because we can stop Derrick Henry, Bills win this game.
Right. The reason Lamar has been so good is because the threat of
Yes.
Derrick Henry is there.
If Derrick Henry does a 90-yard run on us on the first play, I'm probably going to turn it off because it's done.
Oh, come on.
It's like, all right, well,
You
all
are
right,
not turning it
that's
off.
season done.
You're going to lose a lot of hope, but
And there goes Sean McDermott's career.
Well, the good news is Josh Norman is not there to get stiff armed like a bag of trash, so should be fine.
If that happens, hey Steelers, do you want to trade coaches?
No, you can't. Okay,
You
yeah,
can
no,
have
you can. Okay, you can have. No,
Arthur
no,
Smith.
no, that's not. You can have Arthur. Yeah, you can have Arthur Smith. We'll trade you Arthur
we'll
Smith.
trade
for Josh.
OCs. How about that?
We'll trade Josh Allen for Arthur Smith, and that's what we'll do. That's gonna be fun. That's an even trade.
But yeah, no,
Oh, they're legit. Like Mike Tomlin on the Bills would win the Super Bowl.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like that would
Good
be
Lord. Could you imagine?
God. You imagine that Mike Tomlin, Joe Brady with Josh Allen on the Bills. Fuck.
God. Well,
Yeah,
even better.
get out of their way.
Even better. Can you imagine Mike Tomlin, Joe Brady, and Josh Allen on the Steelers? Woo.
Sorry, dude. Like I said, Josh Allen will play in a different jersey at one point in his career. It's more than likely a Rams or a 49ers at some point.
You don't think he's a career player for the Bills?
No,
Because of Haley.
I think he moves to LA for Haley at the end of his career. I think it at 30 at like assuming that's the
Oh, so he pulls LeBron. What do you think? He pulls
Assuming they
LeBron.
stay
I
together.
think-
is what you're about to say.
assuming he wins a ring.
Assuming they stay together, which God willing that doesn't happen.
assuming one they're still together, and two he wins a ring in Buffalo. Like if he wins a ring, I believe that
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
he
He'll
will
stay
end his
there until
career
the end.
in either the Rams or the 49ers.
Oh, can you imagine if he goes to the Chargers?
That I would be hilarious, but
It would be fun.
it would if
That's
he
move.
did-
That's move to benefit your marriage.
no, if he did.
Well, not if it's like literally back end the career, Josh.
it would mean something disastrous has happened at the Chargers, though. So because Herbert's 4 years younger, so like it's unlikely.
This is so far in the future.
It is. Anyway, like I said, I'm going Bills. I'm riding and dying with my team. I'm nervous. I'm
There's
really
just
fucking
yes.
nervous, but I'm picking the Bills and hoping and praying, and I'm going to be a nervous wreck on Sunday night. So yeah.
Most people think like I'll pick against the Ravens no matter what. The weird thing is I don't hate the Ravens. I know like they're like our heated rival.
You
I
hate them
don't-
the most when they play the Steelers, yeah.
Yeah, I mean I hate them when they play Pittsburgh, but like in general, I hate the Browns and I hate the Bengals more than I hate
More
the
than
Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, actually, that's something I want to say. You know what really sucks about the last month, and the
The Steelers lost all 5 games.
no,
Yeah.
not just that. What has really sucked is, and this is on both sides. I think both sides have been as bad as each other. The whole the MVP discourse between Ravens fans and Bills fans has been absolutely awful, and I've hated every single second of it. And you know what? And what really, really sucks, because Ravens fans, I'm really mad at them. I really hate Ravens fans right now. Like
You've made it clear. Yeah.
like I really don't like Ravens fans right now. But I really like Lamar Jackson. Like I really, really like Lamar Jackson. And if the Bills don't do it, I hope to God Lamar Jackson gets there.
Goes to the Super Bowl.
But I
Yeah.
also am like, no, I don't want him to, because fuck Ravens fans. I don't want you guys to be happy after how you guys have been acting these last 5 weeks. And they're gonna say the same fucking shit about Bills fans the way we've been
Yeah.
acting these last 5 weeks. So this
I mean,
whole MVP.
Let's just have good football.
Part
Yeah.
of me
Just watch good football.
part of me doesn't want you
Just
to be
enjoy the
happy.
game.
Part of me doesn't want you to be happy because I'm not happy. And I need
I
somebody
want
to
you
come
to
sit on
share.
my couch with me. But it's tough. But yeah, that's really hard. I'm
Please, God.
leaning
Better
Buffalo.
not come- Please God, this better not come down to a Tyler Bass field goal.
Oh,
Please, God.
if this goes like
Please,
dueling
God.
field goals between Justin Tucker and Tyler Bass, both
Imagine
of these
saying that at the
teams,
beginning. Imagine
both
saying that at
these
the
guys
beginning
are
of the
like
year.
fucked going into next week.
The other no, so here's
Please.
my other big concern of fuck, I really hope this doesn't happen. I do not want this to be a classic. I do not want this to be
You don't want a good game.
no. I want
Okay.
this to be over by the third quarter either way. Like I do
either
like
way.
because I don't want
For your-
I don't
for
want
your
the two of
mental
us to beat the
state.
shit out of each other and then just next week the Chiefs just beat the shit out of us. The reason the Chiefs lost the championship game, like the reason the Joe Burrow is even a name is because of the 13-second game. Because the Mahomes and Allen were that like they had the classic battle, and then Mahomes had to get up emotionally a week later for it again. And that's
But remember, they won the coin toss.
and like
and now the
that-
rules are different.
I just don't want because I don't want the Chiefs to three-peat. And even though I think it's going to happen, I don't want it. Whoever like this game, I just need it to be decided by the third quarter, and whoever
so that
wins,
you're ready to play the Chiefs.
yeah. So that it's like, all right, cool, we're going in, we're playing the Chiefs. If Mitch Trubisky takes our final snap, I will be over the fucking moon. It'll be
That's the first time that's ever been said. I will be so happy to see Mitch Trubisky take snaps.
And we don't know if that's good or bad.
Nobody's ever been happy to see Mitch
Actually,
Trubisky take
I'm
snaps.
tapping a lot of wood. Mr. Biscuit's doing it because we have won,
Right, not because you've lost. It's
not because
And not because Josh Allen gets hurt in the
fucking
first play.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we're all agreement, Bills.
Bills, but I mean, it's, with so much.
Yeah.
So
This could go either way.
Yeah.
So stonks for the Ravens. King Henry.
I'm gonna say not stonks. I
mean, for your sake, you better not be stonks.
see that you actually look at his stats. He never has an okay game. It is either very good or terrible
bad.
Or
in
pretty
playoffs.
bad.
Like in the playoffs,
In
they
the playoffs, sure.
in all four of them that have been he's been fantastic or they've been bad. And when he's been fantastic, they've won. When he's been bad, they've lost. Now, obviously,
He's got a
that
much
was
better
on the-
quarterback than the yeah, that was on the
but that
Titans.
was- yeah, it was on the Titans. So,
He's got a better team around him.
Yeah. but if we stop Derrick Henry, I do think we can win this game. But it's, hey, in 8-degree weather, can you stop Derrick Henry? Great. Okay. Well, feels like 8 degrees.
Yeah.
What's the area between stonks and not stonks? I'll say he finally has a mid game.
No, I'm going not stonks. I think we can stop Derrick Henry.
Oof. I think King Henry is a tall order for any team. So I'm gonna say stonks.
Yeah.
Mostly because your linebackers are undersized.
Yeah.
Like your biggest linebacker is still 40 pounds lighter than Derrick Henry.
Oh God, DeMar Hamlin, don't ever tackle Derrick Henry. Okay, moving on.
You want to see him
Don't ever
attack
do
twice on the field?
Don't ever do it. Don't do it. If you see him, get out of the way.
Shit, we saw
You're
him lose
insane.
consciousness. Now we're gonna see him get demoleculed. For the Bills, let's see. Does he solidify his MVP case? Josh Allen.
Oh, he's.
Oh, yeah, no,
He'll be stonks.
If look, Allen in the playoffs is Allen has had one bad playoff game at the moment in his career. Like he does not play bad in the playoffs. In this
even when
round,
he loses, he's not
sorry?
playing bad. Even when he loses,
Yeah,
he's
even
not
when he
playing
loses,
bad. He's
you know,
not playing bad.
the worst game of his career is the conference championship game. That's 100% his worst playoff game. I think he's going to be stonks. I think he's going to play well. He's going to be superhero mode. It's more can the defense keep up with can the defense give him an opportunity to keep up? And that's just that's how the Bills can win this game, because I think it's all going to be on Josh Allen's shoulders. He's going to have to play smart. efficient football, which I think he can do. So yeah, I'm so nervous.
Okay, I'll go Tom Stroud too.
Yeah.
All right, and that's gonna do it for the show today. Sorry, Jacob's bets. I didn't know you were getting bets or not.
So I need to embarrass myself from last week. I went 2 of 6. I had a bad week last week. Chargers -2.5, Steelers +9.5. Thanks for that. Broncos +8.5. That's my bad. Eagles -5.5. That doesn't feel deserved. Bucks -3. Ugh. And then Rams 1.5. That's the only one that I was 100% right on. Like where I called it, I nailed it. I knew that one was correct. So this week, Chiefs -8.5. Commanders +9.5, Eagles -6, and Bills +1.5. Yep. Like I said, the Commanders one's the one that I probably wouldn't bet at all. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it at all.
But you're just doing it to cover all 4 games.
Yeah, I'm doing it to cover all 4. Commanders +9.5. Even if I think Commanders are going to win, so I'm no way in hell am I taking that one. I'm going to take the money line. But I don't know how. That's the one game that I'm still 50-50 on.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to do it for us here tonight. Connor, where can we find you?
I just want to plug. You can find me on Twitter at the King Khan, and I'm also on Letterboxd. And then I just did Settle the Score with our friend Mark Moose Haas. It was posted today as of recording. So yeah, go check that out.
Jacob?
You guys can find me pretty much everywhere at Jacob London. This is kind of all I do at the moment. So yeah.
You can find me praying to God the Irish can win the Natty. Lord, give me something. I asked for so little. Please.
For so little.
Other than that, Twitter's going to Chance Wars _91 and Blue Sky Chance Wars _91. And you can check out the Throws by Chance the podcast. Our episode on Field of Dreams is out. Our episode on Den of Thieves will be out within the next few days. And yeah, thank you for watching. We will see you next week.
Yeah.